So today was big because we're we're thinking about still the how to rotate. What is rotation? How to apply rotation, and how to accelerate, and when to apply that force in order to acquire that acceleration. And so far, I'm having a lot of success with, of course, finding back right corner and still looking at Primos Cosmos, just seeing his position of the initial point of the ball being in the back right corner, whatever, on the first catch, and then he is in more or less this position when he is at zero first, and then the heel comes down, and then he accelerates the ball out left. So how is it, can we replicate that without fabricating like a false sense of whatever the fuck it is? Just mimicking the position doesn't really tell us much. I'm thinking of grabbing the ground with not just my right leg, because if I think of right leg and I bring the earth here, I'm pulling myself off my left axis. So I'm also thinking of digging into the ground here and here at the same time. I'm trying to bring the ground together. So in bringing the ground together, I am in my position here, but it's not over yet. It's not over yet. I'm looking to accelerate the ball through the low point. So it's not just bring the ground. It subsequently ends up turning into that same concept, but it's ground. So it's ground, right here, ground. What ends up happening, and it's a crazy, distinct feeling, is I always was thinking about a hard left toe coming out of the toe turn. Just because if I'm thinking a hard left heel, I want to replicate that in my toe turn. But, I mean, how do you do that? It's only so much you can do with one leg. So, how do I create that hard left toe? I'm thinking of boom, boom. And at the same time, now all of this force is going this way, driving my hip forward, and I'm going that way. I'm trying to push myself that way, go this way. So it's creating this opposing force here, creating all of this torque, and there's a ton of tension through my left toe. So from here, grab the ground together, whoa, dig that toe into the ground, and then once the hip gets through, boom. Now we're in this hard heel position, so it's going to be boom, boom, boom. So I'm still thinking of, I'm practicing seeing the ball out left. So ground together, ground apart, dig the toe in, heel comes down, and it's 1, 2, 3. Toe into the ground, heel, 1, 2, 3. And so that way I have constant connection with the ground. And so I'm still thinking of no hands at this point. So I need to make sure that when I add hands, it's for extension. And I am only allowed still to go as soon as there's any horizontal tug, it's not happening anymore. So these points still are applicable, except that I have greater tension and greater connection through my upper body. So the key point here is don't get off the ground too early, because then you can't have a strong single support, a strong heel through quarter turn. So as soon as the heel comes down, it does me no good to go there. I need to bring the heel down, and then from here I'm still applying tension still this way. And so from that point, by the time I get to quarter turn, I'm already in this position here, and so I get to boom, get the hang. Boom, get the hang. It's not heel, and then suddenly happen. It has to be. You have to be in position to do those things. You have to be applying tension in order to do those things. It's not one particular point in the throw that you need to focus on, or that is counter in like one point or whatever it is. Who cares? I want counter in the entire point, the entire 360 degrees. So hips, and when I bring my this way, it extends my hip. So there is no there. It is, and I'm still trying to figure out whether or not to push my hip forward here or sit back just a tad instead of here. I'm playing with here or here. Make a slight sit. I don't want to sit because I hate sitting. It doesn't make any sense. So, but it's a continuation of the turn. So it's not just boom, oh, I'm done. It's got to be heel, toe, catch. Ground together, toe, heel, toe, catch. And so I'm already in those